Good afternoon, CFM. It's Coach Matt with our Thursday workout. Let's begin with our warm-up. Either 3 rounds or 15 minutes of warm-up time, whatever comes first. We're gonna start off with some nice and easy jumping jacks. Just get your bouncing muscles and your heart rate up a little bit. And then I want you to get a plate out and we're gonna do our front foot elevated split squat. So this is about a lunge length and width stance. And I'm starting with my front leg mostly straight. My front foot should always stay flat on the plate and I'm pushing forward and down to get a really good stretch in the Achilles, the patella tendon, and the hip flexor on the trailing leg. And my back leg can touch the ground a little bit at the bottom, but definitely it should not be weighted down. And notice the difference. I don't want this to be a vertical movement. I want it to be like a diagonal forward movement where I'm pushing this knee as far forward of my toe as I can when I go down, okay? And that back leg, if you have it a little tighter, it can help you sometimes to loosen it up a little bit. If you have it really long stance, you'll get more of a stretch in that hip flexor, but it makes it harder to put that knee forward. Next one is just some forward somersaults. So we'll have the red mats out, but just tumble forward, nice and easy. And if tumbling is not something that agrees with your neck or your back or anything like that, do some log rolls, but get a little bit of tumbling, a little bit of vertigo going before the workout. Band hamstring curls. So now I've got a band mounted at the base of the rig, and I'm gonna put it around both of my feet, like so, and then way away from the rig, and I'm just curling to my butt and letting the band pull it back out straight, okay? So band hamstring curls. And then finally, like our seated hip swivels. So this one, when you sit down, try to have your knee at approximately 90 degrees, the bottom of the foot touching the top of the knee, and with my hands, I'm trying to push myself into a position where I'm kind of leaning over the leg that is pointed downward, right? And then I'm rotating both of them, and again, pushing in, leaning over that leg that is pointed down. And then if you feel like you warmed up enough and you can pull those hands off the floor and put them over in front of you, this is the most challenging version. And the further you lean into this, the more you'll feel that stretch in those rotating muscles of the hips. All right, so that's our warm up. After this, we're gonna set up some lunges and pullovers. And this is intended to be a strength set. However, with the number of reps you're doing, your heart rate will definitely get up when you do it. So the weight is very negotiable, but I would like for it to be a challenging weight for 16 reps. So some of you guys need to be putting, 155, 165 pounds on the bar, right? But everyone should have an appreciable load on the bar, set up in the back squat height. We're putting the bar behind the neck, standing tall, small step back, or you could do a large step back if you're gonna do a forward lunge. I prefer reverse lunges when I do this, because I feel like it loads the hamstring and the glute a little bit better on that front leg, and it's not quite as taxing on the front knee. But if you would like to, and you like to see where you're going, you can step forward in these lunges. Either of them is fine, but we're getting 16 reps total, and then put the bar back in the rack, right? If you wanna go up as you go through the sets, that's fine too. Find a challenging weight. This shouldn't be an exercise that we get to failure on, but it should be pretty challenging and pretty heart rate intensive by the time you get to the end of it. Next one is our dumbbell pullover. So I've got my dumbbell. I'm gonna lay perpendicular to the bench. I just like to do it like that because I can put the back of my head on the edge of the bench, and now elbows straight, my hands are like a diamond around one head of the dumbbell, shrugging up and reaching that dumbbell as far away from my head as I can get it, keeping my core nice and tight, and then pulling back over my body. And as I pull up, I wanna make sure I'm really tight in the belly, not sagging, right? Or letting my butt like almost touch the floor. Try to stay really tight and pull with your abs to get your pelvis up in line with your chest, okay? All right, that's our dumbbell pullover. All right, after we finish 4 rounds through that, we have an 8-minute AMRAP. So this is gonna be really fast, but it should get your heart rate nice and high. We're gonna have a 50 and a 35-pound dumbbell as the prescribed weight. And we're gonna be doing dumbbell snatch and wall walk up, just alternating back and forth between those 2 exercises for 8 minutes. So it'll be 8 reps of the dumbbell snatch. So standing over the top of the dumbbell, my core nice and braced. With one arm, I grab the dumbbell, jump, pull and punch to the ceiling, all right? So the movement is finished when my knees are straight, my hips are extended, and my shoulder and arm are all the way locked out over my head. And then as I bring the weight down, I'm switching in front of my face, tapping one end of the dumbbell to the ground, and then repeating the movement, okay? So make sure you hit that full lockout. Overhead, when you get 8 reps, and we're alternating back and forth, then we're doing our wall walk up. So that one starts with our feet touching the wall, body on the ground like we're laying down. We can push up to your knees and then pike up, reach one foot up, and then walk your way back. If you can get to where your nose touches the wall, great. If not, get as close to the wall as you feel comfortable getting, and then all the way back down to the ground again. So you're doing 2 reps of that wall walk up every round. And this is just a score of rounds and reps. So each round has 10 reps in it, and it's 8 minutes long. So it should be short, but very intense workout. Have a great one. I'll see you guys on Friday.